On January 20, 26, US President Donald Trump publicly criticized the UK's agreement to transfer sovereignty of the chagos to Mauritius. In a post on his Truth Social platform, Trump called the deal an act of total weakness and an act of great stupidity. This marked a sharp reversal from his administration's earlier indications that it would support the agreement. The key details of his statement include: the criticism Trump wrote shockingly. Our brilliant NATO ally, the United Kingdom, is currently planning to give away the island of Diego Garcia, the site of a vital US military base, to Mauritius, and to do so for no reason whatsoever. Geopolitical concerns, he stated. There is no doubt that China and Russia have noticed this act of total weakness. Linked to Greenland, he explicitly connected this event to his interest in purchasing Greenland, calling the chagos transfer another in a very long line of national security reasons why Greenland. Context and reactions. Reversal of stance. This comment surprised British officials because, months prior, the Trump administration, specifically Secretary of State Marco Rubio, had signaled support for the deal, noting it would secure the long-term operation of the Gibraltar base. UK political reaction. The UK government Labour Downing Street stated they would press ahead with the deal despite Trump's comments, arguing the treaty is necessary to legally secure the military base's future. Opposition. Conservatives and Reform UK figures like Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch and Reform UK leader Nigel Farage agreed with Trump. Badenoch called the deal self-sabotage, while Farage celebrated Trump's intervention as effectively vetoing the surrender of the islands. The China factor in diplomatic fallout. Trump's accusation of total weakness is fueled by fears regarding Mauritius's strengthening ties with China, although the treaty grants the UK
to add deeper knowledge to the situation as of January 21, 2026. The significance of Donald Trump's act of total weakness comment lies in its diplomatic U-turn and its connection to his broader real estate foreign policy doctrine. Here is a deeper breakdown of the situation. 1. The shock factor, a major policy reversal. The most critical piece of new knowledge is that this comment contradicts the previous signals from Trump's own team. Previous support. Last year, Trump's Secretary of State Marco Rubio and even Trump himself, during a meeting with UK PM Keir Starmer, had indicated support for the deal. They viewed it as a, quote, monumental achievement that legally secured the base. The shift. By calling it total weakness now, Trump has effectively pulled the rug out from under the UK government. This suggests a shift in his administration's thinking, moving from legal security, securing a lease, to hard power, believing you must own the land to be safe. 2. Deconstructing the weakness argument. Trump's specific use of the word weakness is based on two main arguments. Ownership versus renting. Trump views the 99-year lease as a landlord-tenant relationship where the UK, and by extension the US, is the tenant. He believes a superpower should not be paying rent to a smaller nation, Mauritius, for a critical military asset. The China loophole. While the treaty forbids other militaries from Diego Garcia, it does not explicitly ban Chinese research vessels or surveillance equipment from the other islands in the Chagos archipelago. Trump's camp fears Mauritius, which has close economic ties to Beijing, will allow China to set up listening posts right next door to the US bombers. 3. The Greenland connection. Trump explicitly linked this to his desire to buy Greenland. This reveals his geopolitical philosophy for his second term. The doctrine. He believes that reliance on allies, like Denmark for Greenland or the UK for Diego Garcia, is a vulnerability. The logic. He argues that if the UK is weak enough to give up Chagos, Denmark might be weak enough to lose control of the Arctic. Therefore, the US must own these strategic points directly to ensure they aren't influenced by China or Russia. 4. The domestic UK weaponization. The comment has instantly changed UK politics. Nigel Farage's veto. Farage, a close ally of Trump, stated, "Thank goodness Trump has vetoed the surrender." He is framing Trump's tweet not just as an opinion, but as an effective order to the UK government to kill the deal. Pressure on Starmer. Prime Minister Keir Starmer is now in a bind. If he proceeds with the deal, he looks like he is defying the US president, risking trade wars. If he cancels the deal, he looks like he is taking orders from a foreign leader. 5. Financial context. Adding to the stupidity claim is the financial reality of the deal. The cost. The UK agreed to pay Mauritius roughly £100 million per year for the lease. Trump views paying a country to host a base you built yourself as a bad deal, reinforcing his narrative that the West is being taken advantage of financially. Summary of the current standoff: UK position. We are pressing ahead. The deal is necessary to stop international courts from closing the base. Trump position: cancel it. It's weak. Keep the land. Mauritius position: it's too late. The deal is done and not up for debate. Would you like to know how likely it is that the UK will actually cancel the deal because of this pressure?